Previously at this location,
They sent us the hood body that required an external fan to operate.
logistical issues and also some supply chain issues.
We found a few obstructions that would prevent the ducting from passing through.
So as long as we get past this cabinet, we've got plenty of cooling.
Without removing the one thing that the homeowner requested that we keep, the hose bib.
If you're pulling the mud up, good indication that it's not dry yet. I don't know why it doesn't cooperate to begin with. You should already know I'm going to win.
Even though the inline blower is the proper size and possesses an appropriate CFM rating for the downdraft vent, it is not producing the sufficient airflow required to remove smoke, vapor, or airborne contaminants from the location in question. Because of this, we will be replacing the inline fan with the external fan we intended to use originally. Since the hose spigot was removed, we will be able to install the originally planned external fan, without issue. Or so we hope. Once we remove the inline fan, we are able to get started. Again.
So now, we're going to get this reducer on here. Get some tape around that. Doesn't have to really look pretty, but it doesn't have to seal. Now we've got that part of it.
If a template is not provided, the external fan will need to be temporarily mounted to mark your screw locations and the location for the wiring, a hole for your anchors and wire location, and feed the wire through the wall and to the downdraft body.
Wiring in the external fan is pretty easy. Black wire to black wire, white wire to white wire, and green to bare wire, or bare wire to bare wire, which would be your ground. But before you button everything up, make sure you use a non-metallic push-in connector on the body of the fan, so that way the wire can be pulled in either direction.
Those are connected. We get the plate back on. Attach the ducting together. Get that tape around it. Feed this back through. Feed this back in. We'll get the screws in, but we're going to leave them out about an inch. That way it gives us enough room to get the silicone in there. What we're going to do around here, since it's on the outside of the house, we're going to put a bead of silicone along the top and at least halfway down the side, just so you don't have any issues with this trying to pop out. And push this up against here now. And that is going to keep it from leaking behind it. Seal up the outer edge with painter's caulking. That way, the edge can match the wall in case they ever want to repaint. And then we wipe down with something damp, get all the excess painter's caulking off of there.
It's time to go inside and make the wiring connections between the external fan and the downdraft body. This allows the external fan to be controlled from the downdraft vent, remotely. Use a wire clamp or push-in connector where the wire passes through the body of the downdraft assembly. And, like the connections at the external fan, connect the black wires together, the white wires together, and the ground wires together.
Get this bad boy back in place. And there we go. That's on the outer end now. Now it's just a matter of working on the inside.
If anybody is asking, yeah, I'm getting dizzy going back and forth from the inside to the outside. We're putting nailer strips here and here for the boxes to be able to nail to. We're going to box this ducting in. That way the ducting is actually protected and it gives a little bit of a shelf so you can still store stuff above the ducting. We're making these boxes for the ducting wherever it passes through a cabinet, so that way we don't damage the ducting and it gives better storage options in that cabinet.
To test the airflow, you can hold a paper towel or other lightweight material near the opening of the vent. We are showing the comparison between the airflow with the inline fan and the airflow of the external fan. As you can see, the airflow from the inline fan is not enough to clear the space within an appropriate time frame. However, the airflow from the external fan appears to be producing a sufficient amount of ventilation.
Thank God. Who would have thought that a project this small would have taken such a toll? It could have been worse, I guess. We could have had Bubba here. Can we go home now?